Hi everybody, my name is Matt Haynes. I'm an audiobook narrator on a mission to learn 52 accents by April 17th, 2016. We go to number 19 in the series, Canadian. The way you should know I do my accents is the broad strokes. I'm going to give you just 5 things that I think separate the Canadian accent from the standard American accent, which is what I'm speaking now. Now, you should also know that, in just about any region in the U.S., or, North America, I should say, that people are going to sound pretty much like I'm sounding, quite a few. So we're just going to go over what, for some folks in the region, makes their accent distinct. For this one, I did not have David Alan Stern's acting with an accent instruction. I had to go completely with different people that I watched and listened to on YouTube from Canada, from celebrities to just people who are going over what Canadian stereotypes are true and not true. This is what I've put together based on what I'm hearing. First of all, the resonance of the Canadian accent. First of all, we have the, this looks sort of almost like something from Pink Floyd The Wall, but what I'm trying to illustrate here is that there is a resonance that's sort of in the nasal cavity, if you can see that dotted line there, and then it goes down, and there's kind of a muscular restriction, from what I can tell, in the cheeks. It's not quite pinched like the Midwest, which also has a wider resonance in the back, but it's more something like this. So instead of Standard American, which is Ben, the two of us need look no more, which is from the song that we're going to do later to practice, it becomes Ben, the two of us need look no more. As a consequence of that restriction in the cheeks, at least what helps me pronounce things that sound more like a Canadian accent, we get the O, the long O, going into something like a cross between an O and an oo. So instead of they don't eat, they don't sleep, it becomes more like they don't eat, they don't sleep. Next, number 3, the famous point of contention for a lot of Canadians, which is the ow not becoming an oo, so it's not a boot. But again, this resonance does turn it into something like a cross between an ow and an o. And think O and pronounce ow. So instead of they don't push, they don't crowd, Standard American, it becomes something closer to they don't push, they don't crowd. And we have number 4. This is my observation. I don't know if it's really something that has been popularly referred to as a Canadian quality, but it's something that I hear. When we use an L in Standard American, what tends to happen is the tongue tends to go to the lower teeth, the lower front teeth, and then flex. So for the song, don't pack themselves together, you hear that, or may hear that it's coming from the lower part of my mouth. With Canadian, what I hear is a much more articulated L, and the best way I can describe it is it seems like the tongue is going up to the upper teeth. So instead of don't pack themselves together, you hear that L is almost silent in Standard American. It becomes don't pack themselves together. Not so much the hard V, but the L. And then we also, just like Midwest, have a harder R with Canadian. So instead of starve the poor with Middle American, we have starve the poor. Okay, let's mix it all up. See how this might apply to Pearl Jam's song, Rats.
They don't eat, don't sleep. They don't feed, they don't seethe. Bare their gums when they moan and squeak, lick the dirt off a larger one's feet. They don't push, don't crowd, congregate until they're much too loud. F-bomb to procreate till they're dead. Drink the blood of their so-called best friend. They don't scam, don't fight, don't oppress in equals given rights. Starve the poor so they can be well fed. Line the holes with the dead one's bread. They don't scurry when something bigger comes their way. Don't pack themselves together and run as one. Don't S-bomb where they're not supposed to. Don't take what's not theirs. They don't compare. Rats. Ben, the two of us need look no more.
The lyrics to Rats are by Pearl Jam. I'm sure Eddie Vedder had a heavy hand in that somewhere, but from what I've looked up, it's by Pearl Jam. And the music was by the very versatile and generous Kevin MacLeod. Next up is going to be accent number 20, Texas, done to Velvet Underground's Pale Blue Eyes. In the meantime, have some fun. Comment below. You never know. Ask for a song, ask for an accent. One or the other may appear in various combinations on the other side. I've got a lot of these to go. In the meantime, rock on.